breaking four powers of the matrix. Where the alpha male lion was absent, the hyenas attacked and ravaged the females. With this new prevailing wind, the alpha force returns, and there shall be great and subtle changes to the rules of engagement. Power will come to the subject masses. Those that keep others in bondage will find it difficult to hold strain. This is not prophecy. It is only acknowledging the return of a season. Like we understand what attains in spring, summer, autumn, and winter, each with different rules and possibilities. When the cosmic seasons change in the ages, the similar principles apply. You cannot do in winter all that you did in summer. We reveal the secrets of the matrix that now you can easily break it. Not being the weaker entities, you need not be the one in fear. Hello, my people. Skywalker here, coming from darkness unto light again. Do remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to keep the movement up and climbing. The matrix is the overlaying spiritual edifice which, on behalf of ulterior motive, holds the masses as sheep to sacrifice and prey upon their energies. In this spiritual dungeon of entrapment, adversaries that reside as unseen from a spiritual plateau wish to hold Earthman captive forever. They are demonic parasites and energy vampires. In this state of virtual reality, the human herd that lives in bondage believe they are free, just like your day-old chickens inside the coop. You set up the matrix that they seem to have all they need and believe they are free. But you will feed on their energies and you will destroy their souls. They will not see malevolence in you, who appears like the benefactor, feeding them but keeping them from the ultimate joy of their natural way of living and expressing in the free world. But this they will not see, this they will not realize, and the same thing applies to you. You are leaps and bounds above them in your intelligence, but even to the degree that you think they can hold no self-worth or free will, or you think they do not deserve it, and you are wrong. All creatures of creation aspire, appreciate, and possess their own sense of autonomy. As above, so below. Remember, as above, so below. The same thing is happening to you, where a greater force oppresses you in the same way, and they think you do not deserve the faculty of self-autonomy, but they expect to own your energy, your flesh and blood, even your soul and desires. As above, so below. Just like the chickens, as long as you remain the prey, you keep your predators happy. The difference is this: you are the ones with the greater power in your case. But those that gatekeep at the matrix are in fear that you will discover your truth. They give you contracts to sign in your ignorance, but only to justify themselves. You agree to surrender and be the prey. They have it on record. For example, they explain every evil about the God spells that entraps you, even in the Bible, but you interpret it the very opposite way. The Bible said with great clarity that the God they tell you to serve will require your human sacrifices to him. You interpret that he abhors these things, the same things he is asking for. The way your minds have been compartmentalized, as many have chosen a reprobate mindset, is the reason why you sign obviously flawed contracts and deliver your children to the predator at birth, as if a ship had docked and the cargo handed over with a bill of lading. It is always obvious the things you will not see. The matrix keeps you to such a manufactured norm that real anomalies will seem right and the right thing will be taboo. You will think that ideas that were forced upon you were your own. Your belief in their lies make you dependent for definitions that you find it hard to see or accept the truth. The four corners of the earth are the borders of the world paradigm, a matrix. It circumferences the earth plate so you cannot see the greater beyond unless you stand at the outer pyramid. If you can break through these barriers, when you break through, you can rise to the highest light at the zenith of the sun. We see the pioneers rise in the wind of sudden change. Earth is our physical terrestrial airplane, which is round. The world matrix is the spiritual edifice, a paradigm which is represented by a square consisting of four powers of spirit. These four powers are breaking before your eyes and you still don't realize you will be free. It will be up to you to create order for a new earth instead of allowing the ulterior to do all due diligence on your behalf again. But now, let us look at the four powers of this living societal edifice that is made from spirit, which you can only relate and communicate with in spirit and by spirit, and which has been made into a living persona that is now the God to you. The God of earth is the spirit world paradigm, and that spirit world paradigm is the matrix which serves ulterior entities and transfer godhood to your possessions. Are they transfer your godhood into their own possessions? The matrix takes your abundance and worship, harvesting all your energies and blood sacrifices and giving your all, the all that you freely give to vampires that feed on your energy, your blood, your sacrifice. It feeds on you, the Son of Man, the light of the world, this brilliant Helios factor of light that even many define in Jesus. It gives you every kind of ritual to sign their blood contracts, and you do with bread and wine, which you command to turn into blood and flesh of sons of men, to authorize the evil and satisfy the vampire's lust. And the reason why you are so stuck, the reason why you must face the ordeal before your freedom will come, is because you keep signing these contracts. Every one of them you sign. And as far as we see as witnesses, you chose to commit to their devils and make agreements with them. You make agreements with them and you sell your children to sacrifice. It is obvious, and I have witnessed this contract you made too many times. Still, only because of their disingenuous ways and lies will you be given your freedom by default and that of your children. Yet, you still must pay what you must. Let me present to you these four powers of the matrix, the four corners of the earth. I will speak on each one a little, and then my next four videos will be expanding on their individual details. The first power of the matrix, or the first corner post, is superstition. Mystery science or science magic confuses the masses to superstition, fear, and to the religious beliefs in a bid to explain or comply with cosmic principles. From there the deity is derived, and by deity is the power of the masses delivered to ulterior motive through God spells and other superstitious spirit sorceries. The second power of the matrix is sociology. Upon this tabernacle of a paradigm, the handler reigns as a rock that is higher than the people, and by the politicians that are derived and brought on as the chosen few, with other diviners as mediators and messengers of God. By this they will hold a monopoly upon the divine plane, so that all subjects will be dependent upon them for definitions. When they are dependent for definitions, they become soulless, docile, and slave-minded. The parasites and vampires will have them, and even their own, because of politics will turn parasites against them. Politics is a mean COVID. Pali means many and ticks mean blood-sucking creatures. The Matrix will make monsters out of humans. We mentioned politics as entrenched with sociology. The third power of the Matrix is politics. Here the Matrix presents their faithfuls to be glorified and made into saviors for the masses whom the slaves will trust. They make them into saviors for the masses, so the slaves will trust and outsource their free will into them. The slaves will trust them and outsource their free will into them. So it remains at the power of the matrix, right? Because when they outsource their free will into these traitors, the power of the people remains in the hands of the matrix. For the matrix is handling the traitors. Masters of God's spells are incited to keep the herd obedient. The herd is kept desperately dependent on their great definers and diviners, who always, most conveniently, have prevailing or pop-up problems that, well, they have these prevailing or pop-up problems that they have to deal with, that it will always seem like only they can fix. But there will never be a permanent solution. The goalposts will ever keep moving, seemingly by weird accidents. Peace cannot prevail in this paradigm. Peace will be counterproductive to the purpose of those that rule the powers. There must always be fear and horrible things for the masses of blind humans to need them for. Yes, these blind humans will have to be calling upon them all the time, because they cannot face their fears themselves, or so they think. There must be those situations where the solution will demand that you give a finger to save a hand all the time, but you will not see the end to it. You will always be giving a finger. They are vampires feasting on human energies. If you cry, they are happy. The fourth power of the matrix is money. Economics and banking will dispossess and keep them in need of those who seem superior, or at least seem to know the solutions for problems that coincidentally occur at the times least expected. It begins with a scam that takes your energy by spiritual devices and hoards it for themselves by way of the highest magic. They do not tell you the secret of moving energies around, but you will not realize the beginning of how money works in this paradigm. When you open your eyes and see where the fraud lies, you will take back your energy from the matrix. The ulterior forces cannot, in a million years, pay you a tenth of what they owe you, but you are still the one with bad credit. You can be possessed by a simple idea, and a legion of thoughts will enslave and trap you, or make you be reborn into a new character. A cult is woven with words. It is a spiritual factor, and a demon comes from the same metal, a legion of ideas, so compact and interwoven, even to the degree of persona. When you deal with spirit God forces, you can be changed in the twinkle of an eye. The only way to be changed in the twinkle of an eye is to receive a cult. The only way to be changed in the twinkle of an eye is to receive a cult. It is the way they possess you with demons. The powers of the matrix are not applied by these spiritual beings. These unseen forces operate by putting spirits into animated objects, such as humans, to compromise and possess them, and into inanimate objects to create new concepts by way of magic, ever to change the human reality in favor of ulterior motives. These demons are the body snatchers you watch in the movies. By the highest ways of witchcraft and mind strategies, they, by a simple idea, will turn the human's own against him. These powers will be broken, and the opportunity of creating wealth will come to the people. The earth human herd is moving to the threshold of paradise, and only they will decide how and if they will get there. Peace out.